celebrate one of life's greatest moments, to give recognition to the worth and beauty of love, and to add our best wishes to the words that shall join Joseph and Darla in marriage today. And we'll hold hands and look at each other. Joseph and Darla, I always ask that you treat yourself and each other with respect, and remind yourselves often what brought you here today. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your marriage deserves. Always focus on what still seems right between you, not only the part that seems wrong. This way, when the clouds of trouble hide the sun from your eyes, you know that it is still there. And if each of you will take responsibility for the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and happiness. I'm going to read you a passage from The Alchemist. It says, when he looked into her eyes, he learned the most important part of the language that all the world spoke, the language that everyone on earth was capable of understanding, and it was from the heart, and it was love. Something older than humanity, more ancient than the desert. What that boy felt at that moment was that he was in the presence of the only woman in his life, and that with no need for words, she could recognize the same thing. Because when you know the language, it's easy to understand that someone in the world waits you, whether it's in the middle of a desert or in a great city. And when two people encounter each other, the past and the future become unimportant. There is only that moment an incredible certainty that everything under the sun has been written by one hand only. It is a hand that evokes love and creates a twin soul for every person in the world. Without such love, one's dreams would have no meaning. Now, Robert Fulghum wrote in Union, he said, you have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this part of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making commitments informally. All those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during the long walks, all those conversations began with when we're married and continue with I will and you will and we will. All those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant them, every word. Now, Joseph and Darla, look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher. For you have learned much from one another. Shortly, you shall say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life, and things between you will never be quite the same. After the day, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife. With all that being said, Joseph, will you take Darla to be your wife? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect her, forsaking all others and holding only under her forevermore? Darling, do you take Joseph to be your husband? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect him, forsaking all others and holding only unto him forevermore? Okay. Alright, you take the ring. I want you to put it on the very tip of her finger. Do not put it all the way on. And I want you to repeat after me. I, Joseph.
I, Joseph.
Take thee.
Take thee.
Darla.
Darla.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
Wear this ring.
Wear this ring.
As a pledge.
As a pledge.
Of my fidelity.
Of my fidelity.
And everlasting love.
And everlasting love.
Put it all the way on. You do the same for him. Put it on the tip of his hand. And repeat after me. I, Darla.
I, Darla.
Take thee, Joseph.
Take thee, Joseph.
To be my husband.
To be my husband.
Wear this ring.
Wear this ring.
As a pledge.
As a pledge.
Of my fidelity.
Of my fidelity.
And everlasting love.
And everlasting love.
As the two of you come to this marriage united you as husband and wife, and you use this day to affirm your faith and love for one another, I would ask you always and forever remember to cherish each other as special individuals, that you respect the thoughts, ideas, and suggestions of one another, be able to forgive, do not hold grudges, and live each day that you may share it together. As from this day forward, you shall be each other's home, comfort, refuge, and your marriage strengthened by your love and respect for one another. With all that being said, and the power of destiny, I now pronounce you husband and wife, and please, Joseph, kiss your bride.
Yeah!
I introduce you to the world as Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Campbell.